my name is Kelly Williamson and I'm a Food for Life instructor. Here in Colorado, we have a famous show called PBS, and PBS pretty much every week is showing something about healthy cooking, healthy living, healthy lifestyle. And one of the ones that I absolutely love, who's on the show all the time, is Dr. Neal Barnard. So it's pretty easy to say, I want to live a healthy lifestyle and I want to change and I want to be, I want to get rid of the different diseases and not take medications. But for the long run and stuff, it's even harder to maintain that, especially when you're going down the road and you drive by a McDonald's and you smell that French fry grease that they put lots of sugar and things in. And then you also smell like barbecue sauce, which is absolutely wonderful, especially when you're driving home late at night and you're tired and you're thinking, I'd rather stop for barbecue and stop for McDonald's or Wendy's versus coming home and thinking about having to cook. But let's get away from all that and let's keep a healthy lifestyle going, especially a plant-based lifestyle, which will help you for the long run. And so what I want to do is I want to help you make it easy. So I'm going to show you and do a lot of different cooking demos featuring Dr. Neal Barnard's books. So the first one that we're going to do is the 21-day Kickstart. So it's a great program. It talks about weight loss. It talks about all kinds of different things and health benefits. But let's go ahead and get right to the recipes. All right, so what we're going to make is we're going to make lemon fettuccine with peas and asparagus. And a little bit of garlic. And you can't always leave out that garlic. It's one of the best condiments and stuff that you can put on there. So what we're going to do is we're going to start. So I have the stove behind me. So I am going to do a little bit of water because I don't cook with oil, because a healthy plant-based lifestyle is without oil. Because they always say is the fat you eat is the fat you wear. So definitely don't want to be wearing a lot of fat. So just a little bit of water. You can use vegetable broth if you want for a little bit of taste. You can also use white wine if you have an anchoring for a little bit of white wine. It's one of those things, have a glass of white wine, put a little bit in the food, where you go. But at this time, I'm just going to use water. So put a little bit of water in, turn on the stove, about a medium high. And then we have 2 to 3 cloves of garlic. So we've got the regular one. If you like the chunks of garlic, feel free, chop it up, make little slivers of garlic if you want. I actually like it where it's minced. So what I do is I have the famous little garlic press. So let me grab a knife so I can scrape it off. I'm just going to press it. It's really good. So as you can see, it puts a little bit of the garlic on the end of that. Just scrape it off. Pull it out. Put another couple garlic cloves. If they're small, you can put 2 in at a time. Press it. Scrape it off. What's really nice about these garlic presses, keeps the garlic smell off your hands, because I don't know if you're like me and stuff, the next morning sometimes when you wake up, especially if you've made a lot of Italian food, you're like, and you can't get the garlic away. These are great because it keeps it away. So we'll just put that off to the side over here. So we've got the garlic going. So just saute that a little bit because you just want to keep it just enough to where you're sauteing it, but you don't want to burn it because there's nothing worse than burnt garlic smell. So just let that cook for a couple minutes. In the meantime, what I've already done though, is you want to go ahead and start crisping up your asparagus. So asparagus is sometimes really good in seasons and sometimes they're a little bit small. So this one's actually a little bit smaller stalks of asparagus because it's coming in towards the winter time in Colorado. So we have, and if you do hear that, that's my 2 little friends. That's Georgie and Maddie, and maybe Maddie and Georgie will join me in one of the videos. So hopefully they won't bark the whole video. But the asparagus, what I did is I just chopped it up, chopped the ends off because the ends are always tough. You don't want that. I just put them on a pan and I actually stuck them under the broiler. So that way it kind of gives you a little bit of that grilled taste and it gives you a little bit more flavor in your asparagus. I also have on here, so of course, just, beautiful lemons, which we're going to put as the sauce. And a lot of you, if you are kind of one of the, like Italian, you love Italian flavors and Italian food, you may say, I'm this purist. Everything has to have tomato sauce, and I gotta have tomatoes, especially with like fettuccine or spaghetti. But you know what? You don't. Lemon sauce with it is absolutely wonderful, and I guarantee you I can convert you. And then the last, of course, is peas. These are regular. You can do canned peas if you want, if that's what you have in your pantry. Not great old frozen peas. You just unthaw them a little bit, and they're ready to go. I like the frozen peas because they tend to be like really fresh and crisp, and they're really green, which is what I really like. So if you kind of look at the whole thing, it's a lot of green and a lot of yellow, which is absolutely beautiful. So we have the garlic going. I also, in the meantime, have cooked the fettuccine, so it's ready to go, so you didn't have to sit and watch me for 20 minutes getting ready for the fettuccine. I bought whole wheat, of course, because one of the things I'm always going to say is go for whole wheat. It's better for you, it has better ingredients, and overall it's just hearty. Alright, so I have a little bit of that going, so that's pretty well going. So now we're going to take the lemon. So we have a regular lemon. What they talk about is you want to roll the lemon. So when you roll it a little bit on your cooking board, and you roll it around a little bit, that gets the juices going within it, and so it's a little bit easier to squeeze. Okay, let's get that going. We'll go ahead and half that. Nothing better than a lemon, and since I really like the lemon sauce, I'm going to get 2 lemons going because it just makes it just that much better. They talk about 1, sometimes more is better. They always say, what is that saying, go big or go home? Here we go. All right, 2 beautiful lemons. Okay, so we have got the garlic going with a little bit of water. I'm going to dump in my fettuccine. As you can see, all ready to go. Nice whole wheat fettuccine, nothing better. Stir that up just a little bit, separate it out. Fettuccine likes to stick. If you don't keep the water on it, it sticks really quick. But as you can see, I can just actually pull it apart a little bit, get it mixed up with that unbelievable garlic. Go ahead and switch over to a spoon. So as you can see in the pan, it's just fettuccine, a little bit of garlic, a little bit of water right now. Get it heated up. We'll heat it up just a little bit more. Get that sauteed a little bit. Alright. Next thing we're going to do is get the lemons going. So you can get the utensils where you can squeeze the lemon juice out of there, but you know what, after you roll it on the cutting board just a little bit, it's pretty easy to do. So you just come over there, grab a hold of it, squeeze it in, watch for the seeds, because there's always going to be seeds. Nothing worse than serving a bunch of fettuccine and having a lot of seeds in it. There's 1 lemon. There's the other half. And if you don't want to, if you're not sure, you're watching for the seeds, one thing that you can always do is just pull the seeds out ahead of time. Just get a spoon or a knife or something and pull it out. Grab the other lemon. See how easy this is? Not an issue at all. It really smells wonderful. I'll just leave the other lemon there for a few minutes. Okay, so then we have the peas, beautiful peas. Just go ahead and drop those in. Throw that over the sink. And then I have my asparagus. So it's already been on the grill. You can throw it on your grill, you can use some other type of a grill mechanism. You could boil it if you want, so if you just want just regular boiled and you just want to throw it in, you can do that. So the asparagus is really long when you try to get it, so it's hard when you're trying to you're trying to twirl this fettuccine and eat that. So what I always recommend is just give it a rough chop. So just kind of like right in the middle. Go ahead and do that. Just throw it back on the plate. Nothing better than asparagus. Toss that in. And then while it's cooking, you want to do basically about a teaspoon, maybe 2 teaspoons. It depends on how much parsley that you like. So I'm actually going to only do it 1 teaspoon. And this is parsley that we actually did out of the garden. It's easy to grow, and one of the things that you can do is when it starts getting to the cold, just bring it in, dry it out, crunch it up. Nothing better than fresh parsley. There's my friends again. Sorry about that. I'll probably have to, since she's barked twice, I'll probably have to introduce you at the end so you can meet my little barker. Alright, so as you can tell, we're just mixing it up, letting it cook, getting some of that goodness in there. When you're to that point, when it's almost ready, because everything's pretty much cooked and you just want to make sure it's warm, I added just a little bit more of the lemon juice towards the end. That gives it a little bit more moisture. Stir it up really well. As you can see, it's all kinds of green and wonderful, you know, peas and asparagus and garlic. I mean, how much else could you ask for? What a wonderful thing to eat. All right. Give it a second. One of the other things that you could do, so if you've got some other vegetables at home and let's say that you want to add a couple more things, you could add the red peppers. So chop those up in kind of long strips. If you love onions, chop up some onions. Add some other type of vegetables that you like, zucchini, that type of thing. This is one of those dishes that you can make ahead of time and it's so quick and easy. It takes you less than 10 minutes to do. That you can just add all these other vegetables and just have like this vegetable medley with lemons and peas and all kinds of other things. It's absolutely wonderful, especially if you don't have asparagus and it kind of looks a little green or a little yellow in the stores. Nothing better. All right, so now, big pasta bowl. You grab a hot pad. All right. Go ahead and dump that in the bowl. What I'm going to do is get the fettuccine on the bottom and the beautiful things on the top. You know what? There's nothing better than a one-pan deal. So a little bit more parsley if you would like, just to make it pretty on the top. The other thing I love to do, because I think it adds just color and it just adds wonderful taste, ground pepper. Nothing better than having just a little pepper meal and doing it yourself versus having the stuff right out of the can. If you're getting ready to serve this for a family meal or something, one of the other things you could do is if you have a little bit of the lemon left, you could do some lemon zest, or you can do little shavings of it and just actually put it on top to make it really pretty. Another great thing that you could add to this too, tomatoes, fresh tomatoes. So here it is. Bon appetit. I hope you enjoy it, and please join me for the next video. Have a great day. Bye.